So hey guys, Halloween season is over. Halloween Horror Nights 29 is over, but we have one very important thing to do before the season can end, and that is my Halloween Horror Nights 29 giveaway. So this is going to be a quick one. I want to formally say goodbye to HHN29. I want to talk about Halloween Horror Nights 30 and some early speculation, and then it is time for our giveaway. So it's hard to believe that it's already November, that Halloween Horror Nights 29 has ended. After the entire run, I think it ended up being one of my favorite years, and I know that I quit going after only a week because I live in Texas, and unfortunately that's all the vacation time I can use to come to Halloween Horror Nights. But from everything I've heard from friends who continued to go to the event throughout the month and everyone else's vlogs, it looks like it was truly a special year. And I want to say congratulations to House of a Thousand Corpses and Anarcade, who won House of the Year and Street of the Year respectively. I think after having time away from the event that I agree that Anarcade was my favorite. It's the one that was the most fun to film in and definitely the most visually stunning, and it definitely fit with the whole theme for the year. So Anarcade, I think I would agree, was my favorite as well. House of a Thousand Corpses was not my favorite. It was, I think, 5th place for me, if I remember right from my rankings. But I've heard that they definitely got better as the run went on, and it was actually a general guest favorite. And sometimes the fans and the general guests don't always agree, but I was actually very surprised by that because I fully expected a Ghostbusters win this year based on general guests. So I was very surprised. But congratulations to Michael and everyone else who was in House of a Thousand Corpses, House of the Year. I want to do a quick shout out to any of my Nightingales who are watching this video. Since my last video that I filmed, I have been able to meet quite a few of my favorite Nightingales through social media. So thanks to all of you for searching me out, saying hello, and I look forward to seeing where you guys end up for HHN30. You guys were the best. So speaking of Halloween Horror Nights 30, it's way too early to start any rumors, but we can start some speculation. And because it is the 30th year, that means it's an anniversary year, which should mean it'll be a big celebration of Halloween Horror Nights and its history. So I'll talk about a few quick little speculation bits for HHN30, and then we will hold off the rest of the discussion for 2020. So one of the main things that I've heard rumbling for HHN30 so far, and this was already happening during HHN29, people were starting to gossip that we might see Bill and Ted's back. I don't know how realistic this rumor is. I personally would absolutely love it. I think Academy of Villains is a fantastic addition to Halloween Horror Nights, and although I am not particularly someone that spends time going to the show, I absolutely appreciate the show. I appreciate the dancers. I'm a big So You Think You Can Dance fan, so Far Side of Phoenix, I was already familiar with them before they started at Halloween Horror Nights. So I absolutely appreciate the show and all the work that goes into it and how passionate the fans are. So in my ideal world, there would be a Bill and Ted's and an Academy of Villains. Personally, I preferred Academy of Villains when they were on the street because I could watch some of the show in between visiting scare zones instead of having to commit the entire time of waiting for the show and going to see the show. But that said, as much as I would love to see both, I don't know how realistic that is because I don't know which venue they would go into. If you put Bill and Ted's back into the Fear Factor Live arena, then where does Academy of Villains go? It's a big question. So as much as I would love to see them, I don't know how realistic it is, but fingers crossed that that rumor is true because it would be great to have both of them back. Plus, fingers crossed they bring back a version of Marathon of Mayhem because I loved that show. A speculation bit that I think will be popular amongst diehard fans of the event, and it's going to be a question that is raised up until the rumors start flying, is whether or not the Terra Queen will make a return. We've been around Halloween Horror Nights for a long time. We're talking 15 years ago. Then the icon of the event was the Terra Queen. So this is back in 2005 when the event was still small enough that it could be held at Islands of Adventure. The Terra Queen was the icon. She had a little stage show when you came in, and the scare zones and houses were all tied into a story involving her. Some more loosely than others, but it was still an overarching theme of the Terra Queen. So if you're interested in Halloween Horror Nights history and previous events, previous lore, I highly recommend looking up the Terra Queen. I will discuss her more at length in 2020 when we start our HHN30 speculation videos. But I just want to touch on the fact that in her lore, she was supposed to return in 15 years. So 15 years would be HHN30, and the question is, will the current creators keep the lore that was already there that says she should return in 15 years, or will they just nix that entirely? Terra Queen's gone, we never hear from the Terra Queen again. These are the questions that I have as someone who loves Halloween Horror Nights history and lore, and I attended in 2005 and I really love the overall vibe of that year, but I don't know how that will transfer to Universal Studios because the event is way too big to take place at Islands these days, and I don't know that the whole Terra Queen vibe fits as well at the studios. So I will discuss the Terra Queen and her history a little more in a future video, but I did just want to give a little taste of speculation for next year. So typically with anniversary years, we end up with sequel houses or prequel houses, sequel or prequel zones, and then sometimes we also get a greatest hits house that goes through the best of the past 5 or 10 years and really goes through the highlights of that period of time. So what I want to know is, what were your favorite houses from the past 5 years or scare zones that you would like to see featured again at HHN30 in one of those cases? So leave me a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and I will share mine in a future video in 2020. Okay guys, so that's all I have for today. It is time to get to the giveaway, so I filmed that separately. So here is the announcement of the winner. Okay guys, so here it is. I am going to click this and we're gonna find out who won the HHN giveaway. And just a reminder, if you win, you need to send me an email at the email address that's down below and let me know your name and address so I know where to ship this to. And we're gonna click to see who won this one. Here we go. Are you ready? Let's do it. And the winner is Elliot Munsey. You have won. So send me an email and I will send you this prize package. I will see you guys again with more Halloween Horror Nights content in 2020. Seemed like you guys really enjoyed it. I will be starting it earlier than I did last year and starting to cover the speculation and rumors as soon as I start hearing them. So I will see you guys then. Bye.